to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Lesleyanne and I cover all types of things on my YouTube channel, whether it's home cooking, whether it's lifestyle, farmhouse style decor, shopping hauls, a little bit of mature beauty, a little bit of plus size fashion, loads of different things, reviews. I do quite a few reviews as well on my channel, so there is something for everyone. So I'd love you to have a look back through my channel, and if you see anything you like, please subscribe and I'll get on with today's video. So today I am making my take on Say Hello to the Easter Bunny called Sock. I'm calling him Sock because he's made out of one of my old socks. Look at his little ears gone all funny. Look, you can do what you want with his ears though. I just thought it would be nice to do this video today. For those of you that have got children, for those of you who are just bored like me and you like your crafting and you want to decorate something, whether it be your table, your mantelpiece or anything else with something sort of Eastery, I thought I'd share with you how I made this. So I'm now going to lower the camera and I'll show you how I do it. Look at that dear little tail. Right then, Sock. What should we call the other one? I said right then, Sock. Shall we have left then, Sock? Oh, right, you sit there and you watch me make your friend, okay? Yeah, mad as a box of frogs, me. So, what you will need is a sock, an old sock. This is just one of my old socks, obviously clean. And that's what you're going to be using as your base for your little bunny, your little rabbit. Now, traditionally, I would have made this with either rice. I'd have put rice in it because it would have been a lot more pliable, a lot easier to use, and it would have had a heavier bottom so that it would have sat upright. Now, I'm going to show you two ways. So this one is just stuffed. There you go. Okay, he's just stuffed, but it's not weighted down at the bottom, so he's kind of like balanced in there like that. So I just squidged the bottom a bit so that he could sit down, okay? But if I was using rice, or if I was using porridge oats or the tiny pasta, then it would have been weighted down and easier to sit down. But because of what's going on in the world at the moment, and we all need our food, and I'm not going to be wasting any produce on popping it into a sock to make a stuffed rabbit, if you like, I'm going to improvise. So what I've done with the previous one, I literally took, this is an old pair of leggings of mine that had been chewed by the dog. As you can see, they were chewed up by the doglet. So I've cut the legs off and I've just cut it into strips to stuff my sock with. So this one I'm going to make a tiny bit smaller than that one. So I won't need quite as much fabric. So what I'm going to do is literally just cut down through the leggings, or whatever you want to use, a nice sort of soft fabric preferably, or even if you've got any of the stuff that you stuff the toys with, that's amazing. If you've got any old toys you don't need anymore and you can open them, then maybe use that. If you've got any old tights, that would be perfect. Even if you've got loads of, I don't know, cotton wool or something, if you don't need it anymore. Little foamy bits. I'll call those scissors and add it. Right. So I'm just literally going to just cut this like that. Look. And then I'm going to just cut it into strips. because that makes it a little bit easier to just pop it down into like the toe of the sock. So I'm going to do that, and then when I've done it, I'll be back to show you the next step. So I've just cut this into strips, as you can see. Now I'm just going to get the sock, and to start with I kind of just turn it over so it makes it, you've got your opening there, so it's easier to start to put your filling in. But what I'm going to do, because I'm not using what I'd use traditionally, that being the rice pasta sort of porridge, that type of thing, I've got some stones from the garden which has been washed, and I'm just popping some of that in the bottom just to give it more of a stable bottom. So I'm just going to gauge so that it's heavy and it sits there and it's a little bit more that little bit easier to work with. So this is another alternative way of doing it. Obviously, the bigger you make your, you know, if you're using, I don't know, say a man's sock or great big welly sock, as you could do, then you're going to need obviously some more stones in the bottom. If not, if you're just doing a smaller one like me, you don't need that many. But you want to know that it's weighted enough to sit down like that. Okay, so now I'm going to start to fill with some of these bits of material to go onto the top, and I want it to be quite sort of chubby. I don't want it to be like cylindrical. I want it to be quite filled out, because you know she's not on a diet, this one, and she's been eating the crops. Okay, so I've got to make my mind up how big I want her to be. I might make that the size of her body actually, so I'm just going to fill her out a little bit more. I don't want her to be any taller, I just want her to be a little bit more plump. Right, okay, so that's as chubby as she's going to be. Now, if you've got elastic bands, you might find it easier to use an elastic band. I would ordinarily, but I don't actually have any at the moment. So I've got some string, and I'm just going to use some string just to tie where I want to tie her body off. Okay, that's going to be where her body is there. Just going to wrap that around a bit more, make it nice and secure. That's it. And then just tie it off like that. Okay, so you can see the difference, the way she just stands there as opposed to the one that doesn't have anything weighted in the bottom. Right, so just going to chop that bit of string off there. There we go. And now I want to do the head. And what I'm going to do with the head, I'm going to also pop a few of these stones into the head just to give that a little bit of weight before I use any more fabric. I don't want a lot, I just want a little bit to... As in the other one, I haven't used anything to weight it down. I literally just did it with fabric so that you can see the difference. But it works, it still works. You don't have to, if you can't get any stones or anything with a bit of weight to it, you don't have to worry, it does still work. Okay, so that's like that. Now I'm just going to pop some more fabric in. I need to cut some more, I haven't cut enough. Right, let me just quickly cut some more of this fabric up. Okay, right, so I'm going to pop some more in there now, look. And I've got to decide how big I want her little head to be, bearing in mind she's a lady, she's going to be a little girl. So I use all of this, I can get all of that in there. There we go. And I've made the heel the back of her head, okay? So I'm going to just make sure I push all that in now, nice and firm. That's it. And then I'm going to get some more string. And once again, I'm going to push that down to there. There we go, like that. And then I'm just going to pop the string around. Like so, tie it up. And around again. I just want to make sure it's completely secure. If I look awkward doing this, I'm doing it with a broken arm. My actual humerus here is actually broken, so I know I look a bit clumsy. Okay, now you're thinking, Lesleyanne, what the heck is that? Yeah? And what I will be doing is putting some glue around here, just around the edges here, all the way around, and then I will be like sticking her head like that. Okay, so I'll come back and show you once the glue gun has heated up. Okay, so my glue gun is ready to use, so I'm literally just going to pop some glue around underneath, like the neck of what's going to be the little rabbit. So just pop some glue around there. That's it. Oop. And then just pop her little head down like that. Okay, so then the next thing is to actually make her ears. I want her ears to be a bit longer than the other ones. Not quite sure how long I'm going to have them yet, but this is when you kind of get creative and decide, you know, what am I going to do. So I'm literally, let me move you back a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit better. So I'm literally going to just cut down the middle of the end of the sock.
All the rules, talking way too loud, and you're talking rude. You're playing a game.
I quite like her having longer ears like this, but I'm still going to pop a little knot at the top, which makes it look a lot neater, so you don't have any of the raw edges there. So just pop a little knot there, so just like a little hairband. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to look at her ears, and I'm going to I do this one first, and I can sort of show you by turning it around. Okay, so you can see what I've done. I've cut up the sides of the sock here for example, let me just show you. So it's like that when you open it. I've made it more into a point at the bottom. Right, so you can see her ears are, she's more of like a lop-eared bunny. Just trying to see if I think that that's actually too long. Right, what you can do, if the ears don't go exactly really where you want them to, you can always stitch them, pin them, glue them to a place where you prefer them. So you can see what I've done on this side. I've just sort of stuck it a little bit because I just want to give her a bit more personality. If you've got anything like buttons, then you can use buttons to decorate their face. But I'm just using a little Sharpie pen today. Alright, so that's her ears on. Okay, see that? I had some grey wool, so I just thought I'd use that to make the pom-poms. I'm going to just cut off that piece there and work out where I want her little tail to be, and I think hers should be about there. So I'm going to pop some glue. I need to get another glue stick out. So I'm going to pop some glue on top of the pom-pom and just pop that where I want her tail to be. There we go, like that. And now I'm going to choose a ribbon to go around her neck. These are just some scraps of ribbon that I've got. Always worth hanging on to the ribbons. How much have I got? That's probably enough. That little thin piece there. So I am now going to pop a bit of the glue just there, glue gun, and just pop that around. I'm just gonna just hold it there with my scissors just so that I don't burn myself. And that's it. And then take it around the front of her little neck. And some more glue at the back. Okay, that's that. So that's her little necklace. Like that. That's what she's looking like so far. Then I am going to make a bow, I think, out of this purple ribbon here. I'm just going to make a nice little bow. Right, so I'm going to stick the little bow on first before I cut the edges. There we go. Get rid of all the strings of glue in a minute. Yeah, I'll stick that on. I'll just use my faithful scissors to just hold it so that it takes. She'll come to life in a minute once I put a little face on. Now I'm just going to trim the ribbon up at the front.
And you're talking rude. You're playing a game, driving me insane. Your heart is back, and it's a fact, no turning back. You got me tiptoeing around you like you made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft.
there's the little ribbon that's all been trimmed up now. So now I'm going to pop her little face on. So as I say, I'm using a Sharpie pen for this, but if you've got buttons or if you've got the little googly eyes, they would be quite nice to use. So as you can see on this one, that's how I drew the face. There we go, can you see? So I'm going to do the same with this one. So you want to make sure you want to position with the pen where you want her eyes to be. And I'm making her eyes just a little more sort of almondy shape because she is a girl after all. So that's what her eyes look like. So now I'm just going to do her little nose and mouth, and for that I literally just sort of go up like that, down and then across. So she's going to have a smaller nose because after all she's the girl, and then down to make her little mouth. And already she's now looking like she's got personality. And then as soon as I've actually got her whiskers on, she will be a really cute little Easter bunny. And how easy is it to do for the children? Right, so I'm going to take some more string. And then I literally just take it end to end, and then again, and then I pop a little knot there, tie it up in the middle, just knot it in the middle like that, there you go, and then pull that tight, and then do another one. So each one looks just like that, look, with the knot in it. Okay, what I tend to do is so you've got to loop this end here and here. What I do is I just pull one end through, and although they are still obviously separate, it just makes it look like the whiskers are a little bit more messy. So then I pop some glue onto the string, like so, and position her little whiskers. And then the one on the other side. When I use my witchcraft. That's it. And she just looks like she's got a load more personality now. What I have to do now is just to trim up her whiskers while they are drying just a little bit more. What I'm going to do with this one, who's very light, just so that you can see the comparison, I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue and where I want his ears to fall. So I just want a tiny bit there.
When I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft.
That one I want to leave like that. There we go, he's done. Right, now let me trim up her little whiskers.
You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft.
Like that. And there you are. We have got another little Easter bunny. Now if you wanted to, you could put a little some decorations down here if you wanted to. It really depends on what you want to do with what you have made. But I wanted to come on today and I wanted to show you how I make my Easter bunnies when I don't have all the right materials that I would usually use, as I say, in rice, pasta, porridge oats. It just, at this time, it doesn't sit well with me to use those ingredients to make them. So I have decided, as you know, this one's just literally got the stuffing in of an old pair of leggings. This one's got stones at the bottom and stuffing from the leggings. This one does sit better, but it still works this way. They've got their dear little tails, and I just think they're really cute and a great craft for the kids to make. If you just supervise them, you don't need to have a hot glue gun. If you've got any fabric glue, you could use that. You could even stitch things into place. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys. Here they are, look, that's what they look like. They are really quite cute, aren't they? Do you see what I mean? Once you put the faces on, personalities come out. I mean, just look at her. How cute is she? And he definitely looks like a boy, doesn't he? I just think they're well sweet. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it's given you some inspiration just to sit down, whether it's with children, whether it's just like it is with me, just take your mind away from other things and to be creative. If you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I'd love you to subscribe to my channel, and if you press the notification bell, you will know when I do my next upload. A lot more crafting to come over the next goodness knows how many weeks, right? Take care of yourselves, my lovelies. Stay safe and stay indoors. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.
You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. I've got my moves, I got my song. When I turn my mojo on, I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling strong. It won't take long when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. Watch me use my witchcraft. I'm gonna use my witchcraft. You're playing your cards with your queen of hearts. When everyone folds, your fork still holds. You're placing your bet, showing no regret. Close your eyes to hide your lies, roll the dice. You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass.